You guys like stories, right? Of course you do. If you didn't like stories, then how did videos like these get so popular? I will never talk to my boyfriend again. Addicted to eating cockroaches. I'm turning into a vampire. Episode 1. Real vampires. I guess they're trying to make their own shitty version of Twilight, I guess. Wait, what? What?
Salmon live in trees and eat pencils.
And of course, I'm sure everyone remembers this little gem.
Because I loved drinking my mom's milk. It tastes much better than cow milk. Because even though it starts off a bit watery, after a few seconds it gets really creamy. Yum!
So fuck it, if shit like this is allowed on YouTube, I might as well tell my own backstory. Our tale begins on Halloween at my old high school. None of the students were dressed in costumes, obviously. A few teachers were, though. Ever been given a piece of candy from a librarian dressed like 1984? 'Cause I did. The morning was pretty uneventful, just people doing your standard activities for Halloween. But when lunch rolled around, one of my former friends, who I'm gonna call F, was planning something devious. Now, 2 things you need to know about F is that, 1, he's a massive nerd, primarily Star Wars and Transformers, and since I also like those franchises, we got along pretty well. And 2, he's a furry. Yes, he does look exactly like the image of someone who would be into those things. Imagine liking anthropomorphic animals. Ha! Ha ha ha! Couldn't be me. So anyways, F asked me if I wanted to go to PetSmart with him. I quickly said no for 3 reasons. 1, we only had an hour for lunch, and where the PetSmart is located, going there and back would take up most of that time. 2, it was snowing outside, and I didn't feel like freezing while trudging through snow like we're reenacting Barbarossa. And 3, I didn't know why he was going to PetSmart, and frankly, I didn't want to know. So respectfully, I declined this request to nearly freeze to death. So while he goes to PetSmart, I went to the school cafeteria, and even though the school cafeteria, like PetSmart, is full of a bunch of fucking animals, at least it's warm in there. So fast forward, after I'm done eating lunch, I'm hanging out with some guys outside the gymnasium when I hear someone approaching. I turn around and I see it's F, and this motherfucker was wearing wolf ears, a clip-on tail, and a fucking leash and collar with no shame, just doing it out in the open. I figured he already brought the ears and tail to school with him, and he bought the leash and collar at that fucking PetSmart. We take one look, and we immediately just start laughing our asses off. This was the funniest shit I've seen all day, and still is one of the funniest things I saw in high school. We were laughing so hard, some people were coming over to see what's happening. Some people just up and left, which understandable considering the travesty unfolding before our eyes. It was certainly a sight to behold, I'll tell you what. And then F asks if anyone wants to hold the leash, and you bet your bottom dollar I did. I held that damn leash proudly. I held it like how fishermen hold the fish they catch. I did have someone take a photo of me holding the leash, but unfortunately it was on my old phone, and the battery did that inflation thing most furries are into, and the phone fucking died. Now, if you think a guy dressed as a wolf wearing a leash was bad enough, it gets worse. A teacher in one of the nearby classrooms heard the commotion and decided to check out what all the noise was about. Now, I'm pretty sure that teacher was just expecting to see us joking around and to tell us to shut the hell up, but the look on her face when she saw F was priceless. And to just add the final cherry on top of this degenerate sundae, he barked at her, you know, like a dog. And after that little event, we all went our separate ways to our classes, and to this day I call that the Halloween incident, and it still is one of the most memorable events in my high school days. So the moral of this story is don't be like F, because even though it's funny, like really fucking funny. If you do something like this in high school, a few years later, some asshole is just gonna make a YouTube video about it, immortalizing how cringe you were. Overall, I don't know what the hell F was thinking. I guess in his mind, he thought he looked like this when he actually looked like this. So yeah, I got a couple of interesting stories from my life I could tell, so I might make some videos about those. Or not, it's my channel, I can do whatever I want with it. But anyways, see ya!